All right, just wanted to say thank you to everybody for joining this part 2 of our 3-part webinar series. Today's webinar will be looked after by Bernadette and Darren, who are our in-house marketing experts. I'll rejoin at the end just to cover off some extra bits of information, promotion that we're offering for attendees from today, and just some other brief bits and pieces. But over to you and Darren.
Thank you, Paul. So my name is Darren Hackett. I'm the marketing manager at Endotherapeutics. I've worked at Endotherapeutics since December 2019. I come with over 20 years experience in marketing, advertising, and creative across a number of industries. I have 10 years experience in medical device marketing. I worked for another large medical device distributor for 9 years. And then I moved to digital marketing manager at Intermediate Group, who look after professional beauty and spa and clinic. So I've been quite involved in the aesthetics industry for a while. And also I lead the in-house marketing team, and we deliver customer-focused experiences through valuable content and education. Thank you.
I'm Bernadette Ferlauto, or Bernie. I joined Endotherapeutics in March of 2017. From my university days, I have a background in journalism, creative writing, and media, and I have about 7 years experience, corporate experience in sales, event management, and marketing. And I'm currently working as the associate marketing manager at Endotherapeutics within the aesthetics division of our business. So these are just a few of the things that we're going to cover off with you today. So we're going to run you through our Endotherapeutics marketing team and how we operate. We're going to take you through our new Dropbox that's full of LPG marketing resources. We're going to take you through our LPG clinic artwork that's available to order from our head office, social media content tips and tricks, digital marketing tips, our Find a Clinic LPG listing, training documents, our customer hub, and then we'll do a short Q&A.
This is our in-house marketing team org chart. So there's myself, Bernadette, who's with us, and Lyanne and Maria. So the business is split into aesthetics and medical, quite different industries, but we all work together very well, and we're looking forward to supporting you with your marketing needs. So this is our marketing support offering. So I've divided this up just to give you an idea of what it is Endotherapeutics can offer, what you would need professional services for, and then DIY marketing and what you might be doing yourselves. So what we offer is LPG endermologie asset library. So that's all the assets that Bernadette will go through in more detail. We also offer collateral starter packs and point of sale starter packs, and also product education and training. Professional services you might require would be Google advertising, social advertising, collateral personalization. So we can supply you with any artwork you need, the artwork that we have, and then you can pass that on to your designer in editable format that they can add your personal details and branding. And then print advertising, digital advertising, and public relations are things that you would outsource. But if these things come up and you have no experience in those particular areas, we could probably point you in the right direction with a professional who may be able to assist that we've used in the past. And then social feeds and email newsletter might be something you do yourselves. But again, we've got our asset library that can assist you with those activities.
So LPG Marketing Resources, we're very excited to finally be launching this Dropbox that's full of everything we think that you need. I know I'm always asked for LPG marketing material, and it hasn't been the way that we've been sharing it currently. So we really wanted to make sure that we had an easy to use Dropbox where you can find everything you need really easily. It's filed all nicely. So a lot of the resources on there hopefully will help you market your business. It's everything that we use to do our marketing. So I think it will be really useful for you. It includes things like your point of sale artwork. So posters, window stickers, banners, pretty much everything that LPG have given us, digital artwork wise, we've put on there for you. There's also product training documents for all the products, including cosmetics and nutri-cosmetics. We've got social media images. So a lot of content that's come from LPG's social media, they've actually sized for us and provided, and that stuff I'll go into soon, that you can reuse for your social media channels. We've got product images, so not just for the capital equipment, but also for the cosmetics again. So you can use those on your websites or any e-commerce stores that you have. We've got video content, we've got brochures, and a lot more. So just a quick look. This is just a little snapshot of what it looks like. So we've divided it by marketing resources, there's a service and maintenance section, and there's a training resource section. So you can see the marketing resource section consists of assessment forms, brochures, communication packs, images, logos, advertising, press releases, social media and videos. And I've highlighted images there because that's something that I'm asked about quite a bit, because I know that's a really important asset for your marketing. So you can see we've sorted through everything and we've divided it all up for you into the right categories, so you can easily find any product images, any LPG generic images like the black and white model photos that they use, and cosmetics and nutri-cosmetics images. So super excited to be launching that, and we'll be sending you the link to access that. You should receive tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that link. We also have clinic artwork that's available to order. So this is the only stuff that we stock at our head office that we can actually provide to you for free. We have, this is what we call, the clinic starter pack, and it includes 3 posters, which you can see on the right there. Those are about just over 1 meter tall. And we've got a body one, a face one, and then just the generic Fight for Natural Beauty one you can see there. There's a totem stand, which is just like a freestanding cylindrical type stand. That's also, I think, just over 1 meter high. We've got a window sticker you can see there that just says that you offer LPG treatments at your clinic. That one is about 30 centimeters wide. So it's just a nice sticker for you to put on a glass window at the front of your clinics. And we also have consumer brochures, LPG consumer brochures. So we offer 25 as part of that clinic starter pack. So we will be sending out an order form to you soon where you can order these items. And if you need more than what we've listed there, just contact us and we'll see what we can do. So in terms of clinic artwork, we think that clinic artwork does matter, and it is very important to make sure that you are utilizing visual marketing in your clinic. 2 reasons. Humans by nature are visual learners, and it's estimated that around 65% of people retain information a lot better when it's presented in a visual form. And then also with beauty being a highly aesthetic industry that's based on the finished design or style of a product, makes sense that visuals would play a major role in marketing strategies for clinics. It's also really important where you put your artwork, because having it out in areas where customers are sitting or where they're getting their treatments makes them aware of a brand or treatment over time. It makes them curious, and it really could make a customer purchase a treatment if it's in the right place. So I know it's nice to have a dedicated LPG room where you have your machine and you've got all your marketing collateral, but it would be highly effective to put it in another room where people are getting other treatments so that they do ask questions if they're not currently getting LPG. So just make sure you're really thinking about where you're putting things, if they're in people's eye lines, where are they sitting, where are they waiting, that sort of thing.
So I'll just cover some social media content. So as Bernadette said, we have this library of assets. These are all sized for Instagram and Facebook. And just a few tips and tricks on social media and engagement. So we've learned that consistent posting, so 1 thing a day or 3 things a week, it helps you grow your following, and that's completely correlates to the number of posts that you post. We've found in our analytic data. So also follow your relevant audience. If you're engaging and liking and commenting on the relevant audience on other pages, your name is seen more often as well, and they're likely to, the followers of those pages and groups are likely to start following you as well. Posting original content is a really good one. You do see a lot of, I guess, just stock photography and things like that. And so it's really important to come up with a lot of your own content. And that doesn't have to be anything special. It can just be just a snap of the clinic, or you with a customer who's been satisfied with their treatment. And just as much content as you can, just to keep it varied. And it doesn't have to be polished. We find that the more raw kind of video and images actually do much better than the polished kind of things that you post in there. So use our library of images and content to keep posting in times where you can't produce your own. You can also repost things, because not everyone's online at the same time. So it's, you know, every 3 weeks you can post the same thing and you might get a different audience to it, and maybe alter the times that you're posting it as well, so you are catching different people at different times. And also create response templates that can help a lot with just responding quickly. Things like contact information, just have that ready to go. If anyone asks how do they contact you, you just copy and paste it in. You just put them all in a Word document. Where to find more info, you set up direct links on where things people are asking about, so they can find it very quickly, and just post the URL. And then also services you offer and treatments, and also treatment menu and costs that are frequently asked about as well, treatment costs and things like that.
So as Darren mentioned, you know, social media, it is a lot about trial and error. We've recently this year started Instagram and Facebook for our aesthetic part of the business. So it has been a lot of trial and error. And what I've learned managing those social medias is that content you don't have to overthink it, stay authentic. It doesn't have to be a high quality production. Good lighting and a tripod is really all you would need. That's probably the only thing I would say you need. I'll show you. I use this to film our videos. So it's literally just a little tripod that is adjustable with a little slot for your camera. So everything we record off an iPhone. It was like 70, 80 bucks from JB Hi-Fi. So I would highly recommend, if you're going to invest in anything for your socials, get something like that, because it makes the whole process a lot smoother, and having good lighting makes the quality on the iPhone look a lot better. It's just easier to film stuff when you don't have to worry about placing the camera on something. So highly recommend doing that. What we do is we plan out our content ideas or topics each month, just to make sure when you get to the point where, oh, okay, it's that time of the day where I need to film, you're not feeling overwhelmed or unsure about what to do. You've got a list of topics that you've prepared that you can run with. So make sure that you are letting your customers know what you're passionate about, what products you're launching, what treatments you're offering at your clinic. It's nice to have that personal connection with the audience, and making sure they see you and they see who works at your clinic, and they know what they're going to be purchasing, what they're going to get when they come into your clinic. I know for me as a consumer as well, that's super important for me to see when I'm looking at clinic social medias. So I think it's really important just to produce your own content so people can connect with you that way. And each month review what worked and what didn't work. So we just constantly sit down, we look at what works and what doesn't work each month. So what we've found is, for us, video content versus still image performs a lot better. You can see just an example here when we've looked at the insights, that just a short video of me putting on a collagen mask has reached over 3,000 people, as opposed to just a still image of cosmetics, which hasn't had much interaction or reached as many accounts. So I recommend just experimenting with video content, still image. You can use some of the video content that LPG had provided, but then compare that with something that you might shoot yourself. So have a play. I think video content is definitely something that you should try and implement within your social media pages.
Okay, so this is the Find a Clinic functionality that we have, that LPG have on their international website. And we also have a clinic finder on our consumer-facing website, which is Endermologie ANZ. LPG international side, they have updated their functionality, and now they offer LPG products that you stock, opening hours, photos, and a company bio that you can add into that listing as well. So we will send out a form afterwards. It might not be immediately afterwards, but in the next week or so. And you can just provide any extra details you would like us to add, and then we can access the back end and update that for you. And also the Endermologie ANZ will update that in unison, and just make sure your opening hours and everything are right. We can also send you the details that we have on file, so you can review and come back to us.
Training material. I wanted to touch on this just because I am asked about training material quite a bit. So as I said, this is all going to be on that new Dropbox that we'll be sharing with you. And just to highlight, that's what we use to create all our marketing assets. That's what LPG have provided us when we started distributing for them. And that's what we use to write our website content, to do our emails, to do our socials. So they're really valuable assets. Just going through each of the product training presentations, going through other webinar recordings, all the brochures that will be on there, they're really great for repurposing content. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Don't stress yourself out having to write things from scratch or having to create your own content. Of course, that's great if you can, but it's all really there for you to use. So make sure you go through all of those when we share it with you, and see how you can repurpose a lot of that content to help your marketing, because there is a lot there for you.
Now I'll just cover the Customer Hub. This is our customer e-commerce platform. This is a login only, so it's just for our customers. And if you don't have a login, contact us and we can get that sorted for you. So what this means, this launched late in 2020, and it was developed for ease of use, simplified ordering process, intuitive search and product filtering. We have delivery tracking built in with notifications, so you know where your delivery is at, and also credit card and on-account checkout options. If you don't have the on-account option, it just means that you need to complete the 30-day credit application form, which you can also find within the site on your account page. It'll just say apply for 30-day account. You just fill that out. It goes through our internal process with our finance team, and then that option becomes available and you can be invoiced after the fact. Also, we have a very easy reordering option. So this was built just to make it as customer centric as possible. Very easy to find what you need and reorder anything you've ordered in the past. And we're already getting great feedback from this, and please provide any feedback as you're using it as well. We're continually improving it, and we'd love to hear what you think of it as well. So we are also constantly adding new products to this as well as they become available. We've just added all of our spare parts and consumables, well, most of them. So on here, you'll find cosmetics, retail and professional, Nutra-Cosmetics, there's Wellbox, spare parts and consumables for the devices, and that's filters, sealing flaps, treatment heads, things like that. So the next slide is just a quick how to order video, just showing the process of how easy it is. So I'll just let this play. Thank you, Bernie.
Welcome to the Endotherapeutics Customer Hub. To search for a product, you can either use the search bar in the middle of your header or your primary navigation to search for the relevant product category or subcategory. You can further refine your selection by using the filters on the left-hand side, which include categories, manufacturer, brands, specialty, and a price range filter. If you'd like to add a product to cart from the archive page, you can simply choose add to cart or pick a quantity to add to cart. To view the cart, we can either select the view cart button or our icon for more. If we'd like to actually look at the product in more detail, you can either click on the more info button or for variable products, select options. This will bring up the product page containing more information, where you can also add to cart one of the individual variables that you're after. This will give us a quick snapshot of what is currently in our cart, where we can choose to remove, view cart, or check out, or simply click off to continue shopping. Further down on the product page, you'll also see a customers also bought section. These are specifically selected products that match the current item you're viewing. Let's now view our cart. Once in the cart, we can choose to increase, decrease, or remove products from our cart and select your shipping options of standard or priority. Costs are based per state. Scrolling down, we can then proceed to checkout. At the checkout, you'll notice your shipping and billing details have been pre-populated. To edit these, simply edit the existing fields at checkout or go into your My Account section to edit them. To make payment for your order, you can choose either a credit card, Visa or MasterCard. You also get the ability to save that card number for a future purpose. Or pay on account. If you'd like to inquire about our on account details, simply go to your My Account page and select the 30-day application form button. To complete your payment, simply check your terms and conditions checkbox and place your order. You'll be notified once your order has been confirmed and also once it has been shipped. And that's how you place an order with Endotherapeutics.
As you would have seen there, that was showing the medical portal. So we also have an aesthetics portal, which where we get to produce a video of how to do that, but the functionality is all the same. Here I just wanted to share some digital marketing tips and some recommendations on tools that are very helpful, useful to use. So first, search engine marketing. So there's two types of search engine marketing. There's SEO, which is organic ranking on Google or Bing. Content is king. So Google is changing the way its algorithm works, and they're constantly evolving it, but it's leading more and more towards the actual content of the page. And Google is looking for how frequently that content is renewed or fresh or refreshed or kept up to date. And it's also looking for keywords and phrases that people are searching and how relevant your page content is to that. So in search engine optimization used to be, you would put tags on everything. You'd put the same word all the way down the page, but that has evolved now. So Google really is looking for good quality content. So it's a good idea to constantly refresh content on your site so that Google goes in and sees it as a website with good quality information. A good idea to help with that is to have a blog on your site. Just write short articles, just write what you're doing, new treatments you're offering, new services. Just always keep that, keep new content going up on your site, and that will dramatically help increase your Google ranking. Another part of search engine marketing is pay-per-click marketing, and this is the paid Google ads, for instance. So this can be quite complicated, and some like to do it themselves, but we found that by outsourcing this to experts who specialize in this area, we get a much better result. And I've put over there recommendations, search marketing experts. I'd highly recommend making contact with them if this is an area you would like to pursue. We've worked with them for a little while now and we've seen great results. So the great thing about these guys is they're kind of the gap between doing it yourself and using an agency that can cost a lot of money. They're an agency, but they're an agency specifically for small to medium-sized business. They're very cost efficient. I know I'm giving them a big plug here, but we don't owe them any favors. I just really like the results we've got from them. And I've used many in the past, many agencies in the past, and these guys, cost effectiveness and just getting things done, I'd highly recommend checking them out. So social advertising is another one, particularly for beauty clinics. I would highly recommend social advertising because you can do demographic and geo targeting. So you want to target just a small area around your clinic or beauty salon, and you can target exactly who you're looking for, demographics, age, even kind of what things they're interested in. And you can also efficiently manage the budget. So we're working with these guys at the moment and we just tweak the budget based on the sales. So if sales aren't going so well, you can drop it down to as low as $10 a day or less. And if sales are going through, you can bump it up to $100 a day, as long as you're seeing that return and you've got that flexibility of the budget, which means you never really exceed what your budget is because you're always making revenue from what you're throwing into it. So I find that very effective. Google business listing. I know that most businesses would have a Google business listing, but if you haven't, it's good to jump on and set that up. And even if you do have it, it's something businesses set up early on. When your business starts out, you might set it up and it's often forgotten about. And often the trading hours and things like that might be outdated, or even when you put some of your services and products on there. Again, if you move, these things can be outdated and it's a good idea to go back in and constantly review how that is. Google's also always adding new features that you can add to that. You can add images. They're constantly evolving that. So it's good to jump on and look at the tools, maybe even once a month, just to see how you can make that better. So if someone's typing or even using voice search, which voice search is huge now in digital marketing. And often you've got to think about terms that people are like searching by voice. It's quite different. They might, an example of that might be, if you're typing in, it's like you might put in beauty clinic Sydney. If you're speaking, you might say, find a beauty clinic near me. And that's when your information in your Google business listing becomes relevant, because it will go and search based on the address that's in there and also your opening hours. Reviews is a big one. You want your customers to leave as many reviews as possible, and it's a good idea after every treatment to kind of prompt them to leave a review, because often that's what people use to decide whether they're going to one clinic or another, is they'll look at the reviews. One tool that we found that's great, I don't know if anyone's used it, I'm sure some of you are, but Linktree. So what Linktree does, we'll share this with you afterwards so you've got all these links. So Linktree, it's free to set up an account, and Instagram only lets you have the one URL in your bio. And what this allows is having that one URL, and you can see the image here. When you click on it, it gives you a drop down of a whole lot of call to action buttons that you can have, book an appointment, or more information about certain treatments you offer or products that you sell. And you can have all these different links from Instagram. And we find that really useful. And we can also track that and know exactly what they're looking for when they're clicking on that. And you can track clicks on each of those call to action buttons as well. And that's it. Thank you.
Great. So we wanted to just open up and get some questions or feedback from you all in terms of LPG marketing. What do you want to learn more about? What would you like to see in future webinars? What do you feel you're missing in your marketing toolkit? Yeah, if you could unmute if you have a question, or if you want to put it in the chat, however you want to do it. But let us know. Nothing in the chat.
No, what everyone can feel comfortable doing is if you want to email myself, Bernie, or Darren after the webinar as well, if you've got a more lengthy request or something a bit more detailed or more unique to your own clinic, yeah, feel free to send us an email.
Yeah, let us know. Like if anything ever comes up, we're here, and we'll do our best to make sure we can get you what you need. That means we have to go back to LPG and see if they have something you think is missing from the Dropbox we're going to share with you. But let us know, and it's good to get feedback on what things you want us to dive into a lot more as well for future webinars, because that is something we'll be doing a lot more next year. I think there's something in the chat. Paul, would you mind?
Oh, I was just Elena was just saying thank you. So yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, look, from our perspective, we really value everyone who has invested in an LPG machine over the years, and you know, just as a not a reminder, but just to remind you that you're looking after a product that's got 30 years of history, and so we want to make sure we look after you. And so the terms LPG endermology are really important to have in your pages as well. So if people are looking for LPG and endermology, they can find it in your listings. And so that's why we're really keen for you to use the material that we've uploaded in the Dropbox. Obviously, as Bernie and Darren have said, create your own content. But if you're wanting to create, some more official content or use some of the content that's in the Dropbox, it's good content to use because it has been provided by LPG and endermology. So, if you're an LPG clinic, you can use the terms LPG and endermology quite freely. Sheridan's just asked if it's required to use the R. Technically, yes, because it is a registered trademark. So we have had an example recently where a clinic was using LPG and endermology where they weren't actually using the technology. So we just had to remind them that it is a registered trademark, and so the same goes for if you're posting things, just to put the R mostly after LPG. So if you reference it, just call it LPG endermology and just put the R after the endermology would be sufficient. So Lena's just said that she's keen to learn more about LPG treatments by adjusting parameters manually. What we'll cover off, Elena, after the last session, or just after this session as well, is just that if there's any specific training requests, just send them through to us. We would like to develop people in their understanding of LPG, and so if you regard yourself as being a novice or an experienced LPG user, but you've always lent on the same technology, we could provide the training through Maria and through booking, say, a private training program to elevate your skills. So if there's a certain area you want to focus on, we can certainly help with that. We are in the process of unpacking the Alliance machine in terms of all the protocols. So we'll be releasing that document before too long. And we'll try to do the same with the Integral, because what we've found is that the Alliance machines, or all the machines particularly, have got so much functionality that it's sometimes hard to actually see what's in there. So we're currently producing a document that lists all the menus that are in the LPG machine, which will then help you unpack what you actually want to know more about. Maybe you can go to the next slide, Bernie. I'll just cover off. Yeah.
Sorry, it's not. There we go.
So just as just a couple more slides that I'll cover off here. So just as a thank you to everybody for attending today, we're offering 25% off all retail and professional cosmetic products in the LPG range, as well as the Nutra Cosmetics. So it is a one-off promo code just for a single use. And so if you can just take note of this coupon code now, and then you've got till this Thursday to place an order. So it doesn't have to be a huge order, but if you're keen to just take advantage of some product, maybe there's some things that you've not ordered before. And that's what's great about the Customer Hub. You can actually search by categories, or you can actually explore the full portfolio. And we find this is better than having, say, a paper order form. Paper order forms can outdate, they can get lost, have incorrect pricing on them. So just always go through the Customer Hub, because it will have always the latest information. What's particularly relevant is that the LPG are releasing more new cosmetics. They're relaunching a lot of their ranges. We're trying to stay on top of that, but we're a little bit behind on a couple of lines, but we'll be launching the new cosmetics as they are released from France. And so it's also a good reason to stay on the Customer Hub and just regularly check in, because there'll be new products available through the Customer Hub.
Yeah, I just recommend if you can take a photo of this coupon code before we move on, because we are only offering this coupon code to this group, and this is the highest sale that we've ever actually done on the Customer Hub for our LPG cosmetics and Nutri-Cosmetics. So make sure you get a photo or write down that coupon code at the bottom there. It's just MKT-WNR. Move on.
So just a friendly reminder about the third session in this three-part series. This will be on fluid management. And so we, in some ways, touched on fluid management relating to pregnancy in the first session, but this will be going into more detail, and it will cover off both the integral and the alliance systems. So in the alliance system, I think it's called fluid mobilization. In the integral, it's called fluid management. I might have the order wrong, but basically Maria will be able to cover off both technologies, and we'll be covering off those protocols and just their applications, the things that you need to look out for, in terms of contraindications, where to consult a clinician, where to avoid treating. So it will be a really informative webinar that will hopefully complement some of the work you're already doing. But then, as I mentioned, maybe next slide, Bernie. Oh, sorry, just to remind you the date, it's Monday, the 22nd of November from 12:30 to 1:30. So we'll have the same format as we did for the first session. Just in, I think, final slide, we do have a range of training options. Maria is, most of you be familiar with her by now. She's based on the Sunshine Coast. Where she can travel to at the moment is, I think, pretty much everywhere. We can't travel everywhere, unfortunately, New South Wales, but Maria can. So if you have any specific training needs, we can organise training with Maria. And early next year, we will be looking to host our refresher sessions, full day. We're planning on doing a full day refresher training in our Macquarie Park office. We had to put that on hold, but we will be hosting that next year. So that will be a more cost-effective way of you, getting a refresh on your LPG skills. It'll be group-based training. Our training centre in Sydney can host up to 20 people quite comfortably. We would have multiple machines. So it's a good, social learning environment as well. But then if you have any specific one-on-one needs that you'd like Maria to attend to, so you want to have all your staff attend on a certain day or an afternoon, you can contact us about discussing setting up a treatment program for you. We do provide certificates after all training, so then you can display those in your training rooms. They are official. Maria is an official LPG trainer. She was an international trainer with LPG, and so she is providing the up-to-date latest training. So you will be able to be provided with a certificate that you can feel confident that your staff are then upskilled. And this is particularly relevant for people who've been doing LPG a long time, but maybe it's been a long time since you've had some official training. It's just really good to refresh that official, the official way of doing things and the LPG way of doing things. But as always, just contact us anytime, particularly myself and Bernie and Darren. You can give us a call anytime if you need any help or you got any questions.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing we wanted to highlight really with this webinar, is that we are here, we're real people. So please contact us and we'll do what we can to help you. I know you probably see our names in emails all the time, but know that we're here to support you with your marketing. So contact us, ask us any questions, and we'll always try and help you out.
Yeah, look, we aim to be very responsive. So I do have good dialogue myself with LPG in France, from marketing, from Wellbox, from service and parts. So generally they reply most evenings. So we're obviously different time zones. So mostly I'll get a response by that evening. Obviously COVID's still providing challenges for us in terms of being able to get around and service machines, but we're hoping that early next year we'll be able to address that. But look, if you've got any needs or requests, just come through to us and we'll aim to address them straight away.
Thank you all very much for joining us today, and I hope that was a valuable session. And please provide us with any feedback on the areas you found useful, what wasn't useful, and we'll constantly evolve and make these presentations better for you.
Yeah, when you click out of this, you'll actually get just 3 short survey questions, so you can let us know your feedback and comments there. It's all anonymous, so please make sure you let us know what you think. Great.
All right. Well, thanks again for everybody for joining, and we'll hope to see all of you for session 3 in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.